Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and cue up with another excellent BandLab track. There's BandLab, there's coffee, and then there's BandLab plus coffee. Coming up next, to the lab.
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
It's time to wake up, wind up, and cue up with another excellent BandLab track. Over here on the lab, we've got In the Rain by J_PX at JAY_PX, repping 122,000 followers. Dadgum. The track In the Rain was released on March 6th, 2024, so very recently. And on top of that, it's already got 137 likes, 466 plays. We're calling it folk. I've never heard it before, so let's go ahead and take a listen together. I want to slow dance in the rain while your favorite song, it plays. I do like this acoustic vibe.
Oh, I wanna fix your broken heart.
Oh. Listen to that ambient vocal.
Beautifully broken. This is how they left you, but oh, I wanna slow dance in the rain while your favorite song it plays. With every raindrop that falls on you, let your insecurities fall too. I'll dance all night with you in the rain.
Where are my lyrics, Jay?
Just to wash away your pain. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. Baby, you're perfect to me. Your heart's been crying out for love. I know what to give you some. Well, babe, I got plenty, and you found me finally. I wish you could see you through my eyes. Baby, your light shines so damn bright. Beautiful, not broken.
Nice. Good ambience. Everything's great ambience in this track.
Oh, I wanna slow dance in the rain while your favorite song it plays. With every raindrop that falls on you, let your insecurities fall too.
With every raindrop that falls on you, let your insecurities fall too.
Just to wash away your pain. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. Baby, you're perfect to me.
What an excellent track. In the Rain by Jay on BandLab. At 2 minutes and 12 seconds, this song does not outstay its welcome. It is succinct. I would love the lyrics because this is a lyrical track. It's something that we want to tune into. However, let's go ahead and jump into two things I love and one thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is its simplicity. We have this acoustic and we have this vocal.
Your favorite song it plays. With every raindrop that falls on you, let your insecurities fall too.
So good. And the great thing about this is that oh, there it is. You caught me in the chorus. we've got the piano that kind of comes in and gives us a little bit of a vibe while the guitar plays. And it's just subtle. Everything is subtle. I love it. The second thing that I'm really digging about this track is the vocal ambience. Not only does Jay have an excellent voice, but if we listen really carefully to kind of what we are providing and conveying here, it's soft. It's not a harsh vocal. It's ambient, which is just giving us this all-around vibe. In fact, I am really clearly able to see this frolicking in the rain moment that is being described in her track.
Fix your broken heart. I wanna show you you're a star. Beautifully broken.
Beautifully broken. Love it. So the simplicity of the track really gives credence to the vocals and their ambience, which we did a really ambient track a couple of weeks ago. And that also kind of spoke to the way that this sound really just kind of digs into your brain and leaves you a lot of room to imagine and to create your own story from the song. But this is timeless. Standing in the rain, letting your insecurities fall because now we're together. This is a very timeless form of writing and type of song that I really can never get enough of. Someone called Nicholas Sparks, because this needs to go in the next Nicholas Sparks adaptation movie. If there's one thing I want more of, it's also in the vocal. The way that we've mixed it here is we've added this really, really pretty ambient delay to the vocal. And while that is awesome, there are places where I want it to disappear. We can just sit with the reverb, and then whether we bring it in on just the chorus or just some emphasizing words in the verse, I really want that delay to shine through more. As an example, I'll kind of talk as the track plays.
I wanna fix your broken heart. I wanna.
Your broken heart is what I want delayed, but I want to fix I want to be super clean. So whether we put that delay on a separate track and automate the volume if we're going to record in BandLab, or if we sidechain the delay to the main vocal with a different DAW, I really want to see some of these things shine through with no delay. I wanna, your broken heart, right? You can end each line with that delay and make it sound really cool. No delay. Delay. Broken heart. No delay. Delay. We really just want to vroom, vroom, vroom with that delay so that it stays cool. It stays pretty. And then once we get to the end of the first chorus over here,
Just to wash away your pain. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. Baby, you're perfect to me.
so when we get towards the end of the chorus, let's kill all of the filler words in the delay. The thes, the ands, the if, ands, or buts, right? And let's just have the delay focus on the main words. Perfect, favorite song, insecurities. Just let that delay really shine through on those larger moments, the words that really convey the emotion of the vocal. And Baby You're Perfect too, the way that we end this chorus.
Baby, you're perfect to me.
Baby You're Perfect to me. You can let that delay ring out, but then cut it off for when we come into this verse so we don't immediately start getting more delay. Let that be a really special effect. Listen to how the delay comes in, and then maybe, Jay, you could test it without the delay in the verse on these parts, or test maybe using BandLab's automation to automate it down in volume and up at the end of phrases.
Baby, you're perfect.
Beautiful delay,
to me.
no delay.
Your heart's been crying out for love.
For
I
love,
know
for
what
love.
to give you some.
You
Babe, I
some,
got
you some.
plenty, and you found me finally.
Underneath. Right? If you really emphasize, you could even change that delay from, I don't know if that's a quarter note delay, but you could even change that delay to like a ping pong in the second verse, and you could really let that ring out on that part, especially that love part. I always forget that you can't press spacebar in BandLab.
Your heart's been crying out for love.
For love, for love, for love, enough, you some, you some. In fact, if it were me using BandLab, I would record a totally separate track with 100% wet delay and only sing the things I wanted delayed using that ping pong. For love, for love, for love, do no, do no, do no, doom, 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 doom. Perfect to me, to me. And if you're only using it 100% wet, all you're going to get is the delay, none of the original sound, which means your original vocal shines through nice and crisp, and then your delay comes through only when you want it to. This song is phenomenal. I get so excited about the one thing I want more of because I think that this song is on the verge of just greatness. It's already a fantastic track, and just those little tweaks here and there would just take it to the next level. So everyone should jump on over to BandLab, and if you're not already, you should be following Jay. All the music that she pumps out is great. Keep in mind, some of it is explicit. This track, for these purposes, is not. And you should just make sure that you're listening, because this is what BandLab's all about right here. Finding phenomenal artists who are doing their thing, and they're great at it. You know, while you're over there, you should also follow DJ Tatious on BandLab or YouTube or, you know, wherever you choose to consume your social media. In the meantime, thanks so much for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent track with me, and we will see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. 1 year later, and here we are, still waking up, winding up, and queuing up excellent BandLab tracks. So, what's it going to be today? We've got Life is Beautiful by Rebecca Knight. So, without further ado, let's head to the lab.
Let the music unlock your heart. It's time to collaborate. You're part of the family.
To the lab. Over here on the lab, we've got Life is Beautiful by Rebecca Knight, which was released on December 14th, 2023. Rebecca Knight is at REBEKAH_1111. Out of the UK, repping 4.71 thousand followers. Life is Beautiful. It's 5 a.m. We've been doing this for a year now. I love hearing all these tracks. Let's go. Starting simple with that piano. I like the swell. I do. I like the swell. I think I saw that it was a hip-hop track, and I expected the... But we're about to go big. Nice.
Even though it often feels so hard.
It almost sounds like the Zelda theme.
Sun will always rise.
Really reminds me of Plum. This is great.
In my life I faced so many things. I fought so many battles, lost and won. But I know that in the end, I am so grateful.
I I don't see any lyrics. Where are our lyrics, Rebecca?
Life is beautiful.
Brianna likes it. Scott Johnson thinks it's beautiful and
You just
uplifting.
need to notice
Yoda G.
what it is that surrounds you. And who really cares? Even when you're broken, lost and afraid.
Even when you're broken, lost, and
When
afraid.
those you love have left, you know there's always light at the end of your tunnel. Please believe. Please believe. Please believe.
Please believe that life is beautiful.
In life after loss.
In life after loss.
Life after loss. Life after grief. Life after grief. Life after life. Life after life.
Life after life.
Please believe. Life after loss, life after grief, life after life. Please believe, my friend. This moment of darkness is not your end.
I like how these delayed background vocals are giving us this crazy big soundscape.
The light is coming.
The light is coming.
The light is coming. The light is coming. A new beginning is coming.
Fairy Fountain from Zelda. That's what it was. That's what it reminded me of. Life is Beautiful by Rebecca Knight over here on the lab. What an awesome track. It is forkable, so you could always go add your own twist to it. The song itself is it sounds to me like it's not only about loss, but it's about the fact that even through pain, life is beautiful. And that's a really tough concept to grasp when we're going through pain. So really enjoy when people are writing songs about that kind of stuff. So great job, Rebecca. Let's go ahead and jump over to two things I love and one thing I want more of. So for two things I love and one thing I want more of, the first thing I love is this piano and the way it's working. We've got it going do 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 do, but also we've got a twinkly do 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 that gives me really huge Zelda and Kingdom Hearts vibes. Dearly beloved in Fairy Fountain. But let's take a listen here. The stack on that is just fantastic. Really enjoy how that works with the string swells. This was just a really excellent track to fork. So great pick on this because it suits your voice really well, Rebecca. Which brings us to, oh, forgive me, it's 5 a.m. Which brings us to the second thing I love, which is the vocal here. We can see that the vocal doesn't peak. It stays nice and crispy, never getting too high here, which means Rebecca was not too close on the mic. We're going to take a listen and I'm going to see what I can hear.
Even though it often feels so hard,
pull some of that out for her vocal.
I'm so grateful.
Then the vocal doesn't have to be that loud.
Life is beautiful.
What a great full
You just need to notice.
recording. What do we have on here? Compressor, noise gate. Noise gate's working really hard.
Really care.
That's great. It's kicking out everything in a recording environment that maybe isn't the
Even when
best.
you're broken and lost
A
and
de-esser and
afraid.
EQ that's giving her a ton of air in that high range,
Love left.
that big delay, and then her EQ focusing on the area of the sound spectrum that your ear can really tune into, that 1.6, which we pulled out of the instrumental so you can hear how that sits in there now. And then a little bit of reverb. Now let's add the second one.
Please believe.
We're gonna pull this one down a little more.
Please believe
Take it to the side a little bit, give it its own space in the pocket.
in life after loss.
Ooh, that's got a little bit more of a low quality.
Life after loss. Life after grief. Life after grief. Life after life. Life after life. Please believe.
We'll put them in a little bit of a different space. See what we get.
Life after loss. Life after grief. Life after life. Please believe, my friend. This moment of darkness is not your end. The light is coming.
Ooh, listen to that
The
echo.
light is coming. The light is coming. Light is
We've got it bouncing back and forth.
The light is coming.
Some tremolo, reverb, dimension, space maker,
New beginning
and then the filter echo.
is coming.
Wow, that's really great. I'm gonna come back here and finish mixing that out.
Life after loss. Life after grief. Life after life. Please believe, my friend. This moment of darkness is not your end. Light is coming. The light is coming. The light is coming. Light is coming. The light is coming. A new beginning is coming.
Ooh. That is really great. We're gonna take this and we're gonna clip the track at the end by hitting S while it's highlighted. Give the track a nice little fade out. Give all of our vocal tracks a nice little fade out. Just to keep any popping from happening at the end. How those vocals sit together is just a ton of fun. The way the echo just thrives through the whole track.
When the those you love have left, you know there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Please believe. Please believe.
There you are.
Please believe in life after life. Life after loss.
Wow, really great. Awesome. We're going to save this. This is saved on my page now, but we made some changes to the mix and we want to hear it mastered. So let's go into our saved project that we just mixed a little bit because this is, in fact, the second thing I love. The vocal on there it's a simple 3 layers. You've got the double, which adds as a repeating or a counter melody or a call and response. It kind of is, it's a workhorse. It's put in a ton of work. And then we've also got the echo verse on there. Now, listen to this. We did a little bit of work to make the vocal hopefully sit a little better in the mix. Pulled some volumes back because louder does not mean better. And she's got an airiness, so if we do tape, it's going to add that sizzle to it. But universal is going to be a really great choice as well. Let's get in here right at the end.
Life after loss, life after grief, life after life. Please believe.
We could have turned it down even more for that vocal.
This moment of darkness is not your end. Light is coming.
Clarity's good too.
The light is coming. Light is coming. When the lovers you love have left, you know there's always light. Life after grief, life after life, life after.
Really awesome track. Really great, really great sound to it. Life is Beautiful by Rebecca Knight. That's 2 things I love. If there's one thing I want more of, and it was something we didn't really have time to do in the studio when I was messing around with the tracks in there, if there's one thing that I want more of, I think it is a cleaner echo track. When we're doing all these echoes,
Life after life, please believe.
maybe we put 1 or 2 more vocal takes in there that can handle the different elements of our vocals. For instance, we have the second track that is a vocal double, but we also use it as a call and response. However, when they're the exact same volume and placed in the same space on the track, it can be really tough to make it fit well as both a double, which typically we would pull back and let one vocal shine while the second vocal added texture or grit or whatever you're looking for to round out that sound. And then as a call and response, we would have a second primary melody vocal that was a little bit louder, even if we treated it slightly differently. So I think I would want an extra vocal on that track handling call and response. Life after life after love, life after love, right? And then a different vocal handling the double so that we have that nice textured full vocal. And then along with those vocals, there are those moments when it gets big. And I think instead of relying on the echo, I would throw the echo way back, make it airy, and pull out any of that low end in there, just super airy. And then maybe record that life after love, life after loss, 2 or 3 more times, pan them, and then just make that a really wide stereo push at the listener. Maybe if I get some time today, I'll see if I can make that happen. But this track was phenomenal. Life is Beautiful by Rebecca Knight at REBEKAH_1111. Everyone should jump on over to BandLab and follow her. And then, while you're over there, check out DJ Tatious on YouTube, BandLab, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. In the meantime, cheers to 1 year. That's not grammatically correct, but it rhymed that way, so I'm leaving it. Thanks for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent track with me. I hope you have a fantastic week, and we will see you next time.
There we go. Welcome to Logique. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Boom, doom, doom. Oh, this project? Don't mind this project. This is just our What's a Genre round 2 entry. Well, we'll just close all this stuff up. We're going to be working at a different song anyway. That's going to be a file and save. And we're going to open some recent stuff here. Let's go to, a pop thought. Oh, here it is. Transitions, round 1, rock. How's everyone doing today? Here we go. I'm sad it's on the small screen, but I get it. You ever have one of those days where your body is like, calorie deficits are dumb, and you're like, okay, what would you rather do? And your body's like, well, I'd rather eat the leftover chocolate eggs from Easter. I mean, it's a story unrelated to my day, but I'm just saying. All right. So the WAG Round 1 track was really fun because we were working on rock. That's the genre that we spun. Myself and Mr. B-1, who was a very quick and responsive collaborator. The song turned out like this.
Watch me wave now on your way down.
The lonely road is patient, that's the only road I'm taking. Put the mask on my face.
As always, we have lyrics.
Back like I'm chasing. They try to analyze my motion. Guess the next move I be making, thinking that they gon' set me back. I gotta bamboozle my way in that all my ops think I'm crippled, but I'm faking. Follow me in this direction, then I'm changing. You can count your lucky stars and bet on all the constellations. It's a trap, rules is basic, and in fact I'm losing patience. Listen.
You'll get knocked back, fall into my trap, be the subject of a setback. Don't forget that. When the smoke clears, I'll be right here. You'll be staring at me from your back. Watch it all just fade to black. Watch me wave now on your way down.
Deception, the element of surprise as a weapon.
What up, Free King underscore?
What is your impression? Totally opposite of what you guessing. Better outcome, not too pleasant. Watch me when the smoke clear. Looking down on all you peasants like so. And she pregnant, about to show off for the showdown. Win the whole round like a legend. Challenge me at your discretion. Do your best when you tested me. Any less it won't be accepted. Set you up for the letdown. I won't do what you expected.
Round 1. Finish them.
You'll get knocked back, fall into my trap, be the subject of a setback. Don't forget that. When the smoke clears, I'll be right here. You'll be staring at me from your back. Watch it all just fade to black. Watch me wave now on your way down. Watch me wave
Okay, so that's the song in its entirety. That's what we ended up with. But when we come over here to Logique, you can see the project file. This one was actually kind of tough for me because I love rock music, but I typically rely on other people for the instruments, whether it be guitars or what have you. So here, I believe we have the filtered vocal in the beginning.
Watch me
Yep.
wave now.
And that comes together with this part. And of course, all Vox. So we have our filter on there that turns off completely once this vocal's done using automation. it bypasses after that. And then we have the SSL channel, just doing some work on the EQ, raising up some of the higher end frequencies, lowering some of the high mids around the point where my voice tends to get harsh, bringing up some of the low mids, just trying to make it sound kind of neat. Put some sibilants on there to get rid of those S's. Oh, it doesn't want to take care of anything. Let's see. There we go. You can see it knock out some of the sibilants. And then, of course, CLA vocals. Love CLA vocals. Little compression, little top end, little low end. Some fresh air. But really what was fun about this track was making the track itself. So if I come in here and I mute all of our vocals, hopefully that works. Oh, all Vox. Here we go. There we go. This is what we get with the instrumental. We had the drums in here, and then once we did the drums, I went ahead and got samples of the kick and the snare, just to make them a little more snappy. So if we pull just the drums, this is what it sounded like when I put those drums together. The perks, the snare, the kick, I mean, pretty straightforward. And I just wanted a little more bite to it. The drums themselves, we've got a LA2A on there. We've got a limiter. What up, Gexon? And then a few EQs to just kind of balance everything out. And then, of course, on the tracks themselves, CLA drums for our kick to give it some of that sweet kick bang. And for our snare, a lot of compression just to make it kind of hit. What up? Nice. Sounds great. Rusty, thanks for checking it out. I didn't mean to start my stream. I just had a few minutes and I'm going through the round one track that B-Dash and I had, the instrumental, because I'm going to release it as a forkable rock track after I do this. So just going through a little bit about how we created the track, starting with the drums. This is your basic drum beat here for the track that we started with. But then we wanted a little more like punch, a little more flair, so we added the samples. You can hear it gives it that Nickelback kick. Boom, boom. Added the snare here as well. The snare gives it that extra hit. You can hear it, maybe a little more reverb, but like that limited sound. So that's how we got those drums. It gives it that nice like 80s or 2000s rock vibe. And the drums we're using here, I believe, I could be wrong, I'm gonna check. Yes, we're using Get Good Drums Metal Kit from Contact. I bought this on sale one year, and it has long since become my absolute favorite drum kit that I work from. Not to mention, on top of the perks, we have this I added in here. On the back half of the verses in the chorus, you have that time, that ticking clock. And those are little things that are like ear candy that aren't exactly up front, but give some variation to the track so you don't get bored. And then we bring it in. So if you really listen in there, it's going to be off to this side. You can hear that ticking clock. And that's just kind of what we did for the drums. If we come back here to what the bass is doing, a lot of times the bass is going to be doing some like real quick. Thanks, Rusty. Appreciate you. The bass is going to be that. And because we're programming the bass, it's harder for me. I'm not that kind of producer, it's harder for me to do things like slides or to really get that realistic silence from a bass. Bass is kind of one of my blind spots. So that's our first bass. But then we always layer with a low end bass to give it some more thickness. Boom. And you can hear that. Oh yeah, I'm so stoked. That track is done, Rusty. It's done. And that's what those basses sound like together. And then of course, when you're making a track, there are 3 elements that tend to be the stars of the show. That's going to be your vocal, first and foremost, your drums, and your bass. So if we put the drums and the bass together, we get that real, like, live rock show sound. So if it was just the drums, the bass, and the vocals, of course I have to unmute everything. We'll get it in there. We'll get it done.
Fade to black, watch me.
There we go. So if it was just drums, bass, and vocals, you have a pretty solid track already.
Way down. Watch me.
And that's what we have going on there. So if we take the drums and the bass out for a second, let's just go with
Fall into my trap, be the subject of a set.
and we'll go to the guitar. So this is the Stratus guitar. This is a free VST. We're not working with super fancy, expensive instruments here. Just things that a quick Google search of me saying, what's the best free electric guitar VST? And what pops up, I take a listen and see what I like. So this guy plays throughout the whole track as kind of the binding rock element. And what that does for us is on these verses, it gives us this nice little twinkle. But then in the chorus, it's big and thick and loud. And we're coming into the chorus. Boom. Yeah, it's good, man. I'm excited. So essentially that's what we did. If we take this guitar, you can hear that we've got the Roots rock guitar that gives us that kind of pretty strum. And for most guitars, you double track them left and right. And for the chorus, we want it to be nice and wide. So we do that. And then we add a little more thickness, a little more amped sound. And that gives us an even bigger guitar. And we get that pretty sound, but we also get kind of that crunch that we expect from an electric rock guitar. And then we have the dun 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 dun. And a little more thickness on the low end. And that's the guitar. You can see a lot of stuff is muted on the guitar because as I went through, if it got too cluttered, sometimes you got to pull back. Sometimes you do too much, and that's okay. But you just need to recognize and pull back when your song gets a little too crowded. So that was our guitar. So with the guitar, the drums, the bass, and the vocal, we have this. Oh, here we go. That's why that didn't happen.
Watch me. Wait now. You get knocked back.
So that's just the guitar, the drums, and the bass.
Of a setback. Don't forget that. When the smoke clears, I'll be right here. You'll be staring at me from your back. Watch it all just fade to black. Watch me.
But if you come over to the master track, which is here, and you pop open an EQ, you'll see the spectrum still feels just a little bit empty. So what we did to combat that was my favorite. Oh, nice. We added synths. So let me just take a look at those here. Pull the box down. And there's the vocoder. I'll talk about that in a minute. But once we add, let's take off the guitar, drums, prog, and let's go straight to the synths. This is what the synthesizers, this is kind of how we filled out the rest of the arrangement.
You'll get knocked back, fall into my trap, be the subject of a setback. Don't forget.
So you can hear how we get a little bit of graininess from that. I wanted to add bells because that's my Owl City thing, and I couldn't make it work. I wanted it though. Then you add that to the guitar, and it gives you this nice full spectrum of sound. And that's the synths. Synths, guitar, bass, drums. Add in our samples. Add in our ticking clock. And then you have cool little sound effects like risers and wispy throughout the verse. Just things to give it more texture. You can hear it over here better. You hear that? That's playing through the verses when B-Dash is doing his thing. The other thing that's playing through the verses, what you'll see, you'll see that B-Dash has his vocals doing this. If we just listen to his vocals.
The lonely road is patient, that's the only road I'm taking. Put the mask on my face and chase the bag like I'm Jason. They try to analyze my motion, guess the next move I be making, thinking that they gon' set me back. I got a bag.
And then, of course, he has my buses going on here. This is just my own little pop template where I've got my sidechain compression, reverb, and delay setup. And that way I can just add it to every track without boosting a ton of processing power. The other thing we have going on with B-Dash's rap is we have this right here. It'll be tough to hear, but it's a filtered track to add a little bit of thickness to his vocal.
All my ops think I'm crippled, but I'm
And then, of course, B-Dash did awesome, but here's one of my favorite parts for no other reason than it was fun to make. I added a vocoder to his verses just to give it a little variation on the track. And, I love dynamics. So anything that your ear can latch onto at different points in the song, I have a ton of fun with. And that sounds like this. Some automation and volume. Add in that thickness. Hey, what up, Glass? Yes. So we have the vocoder. We add the thickness. And then his main vocal.
My motion gets the next move I be making, thinking that they gon' set me back. I gotta bamboozle my way in.
And then, of course, with that fun little that little whooshing wind effect.
Mask on my face and chase the bag like I'm Jason. They try to analyze my motion.
Add the drums back. Bass. Synth. Guitar. And then there's always transitions in a DJ song. Add the extra. You did hear filter, Grandma. What up, Grandma? And then, of course, add the extra samples in here to thicken up those drums, right? Because drums are great, but yes, you do, Glass Garden. You definitely do. But we definitely need samples to thicken up our drums because our drums are good, but you don't get Nickelback drums without thick samples, okay? So you put that all together, samples, drums, whooshing sounds, and the like in the verse ends up sounding like this.
Only road is patient, that's the only road I'm taking. Put the mask on my face and chase the bag like I'm Jason. They try to analyze my motion.
And you almost can't even tell there's a vocoder going or thickness unless you really listen in. It gives your trained ear and your ear something to do so that it doesn't get bored, essentially. Chorus.
You'll get knocked back, fall into my trap, be the subject of a setback. Don't forget that. When the smoke clears, I'll be right here. You'll be staring at me from your back. Watch it all just fade to black. Watch me.
I love this ticking clock, man. I love it so much. Back half of all those.
Deception, the element of surprise as a weapon. Shift the eyes of my best friend. Look into mine. What is your impression? Totally opposite of what you guess is better. Outcome not too pleasant. Watch me when the smoke clear. Looking down on all you.
This was added at the very end. This is just me going, blah, blah. It's one of my favorite things to do behind my tracks. Instead of using a pad, I'll just go, blah, blah, and it's almost exactly like that. You'll also hear that when I create oohs and ahs, I tend to focus on the exact same notes. You'll hear a lot of oh from me because it reminds me of Marianas Trench, who is one of the greatest bands of all time. And that's a lot of Masterpiece Theater and Astoria. There's just a lot of oh, and it swells and it's pretty. But when I do it, because it's a vocal texture in back, instead of using really pretty oh, and like rounding everything out, I quite literally go to make a wah-wah sound. And it's hilarious to do and even more fun to mess with and EQ and verb until it sounds the way I want it to sound. And those really big verby transitions are just me going away from the mic into the mic. And then I just add a ton of reverb. I don't reverse anything. It just makes it all fun to do. Right into that second verse. Transitions hide a multitude of sins as well when it comes to instruments. You like that? You like that? It's just texture, just ambience. I get tired of my pads.
Round one. Finish them.
And of course, the infamous, I don't know, I guess you call it an Easter egg. This is a contest after all. So with all the fighting video games I played growing up, it was always the rounds and finish them and fatalities. So
round one, finish them.
And, you know, I owe the ability to do that to the fact that I had lost my voice. So I did this whole track with my voice probably at 40%, and then I kind of just sucked on cough drops for a week. But I love that part, that round one, finish them. You know, I guess I could have used a pitch shifter, but at the end of the day, I'd rather do it au natural.
Round one. Finish them.
You'll get knocked back, fall into my trap, be the subject of a setback. Don't forget that.
See some of the transitions here? Some white noise. And then in here, halfway through the chorus. You're going to hear that throughout. Just little things that add to the track. Give your ear more to do.
The lonely road is patient, that's the only road I'm taking, but the mask on my face and
And that's what we do, man. That's what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce these instruments down separately, including the transitions. I'm going to, I'll put the vocals on their own track so that they can be muted. But once I bounce all these down, I'm going to go ahead and release this as a forkable track on BandLab. So it'll be a rock type beat for your pleasure, right? And that's kind of what we're doing. That's the round one wag track that ended up being knocked back.
And
then, of course, BandLab's free mastering. Everyone should be using BandLab's free mastering if they're not. I went with tape. Tape sounded more like rock to me. I love spatial, but it didn't sound right.
They try to analyze my moves against the next move I be making.
Universal sounds fine, but a little too dry. Tape. It's nasty. A lot of that shimmer. Punches, no. Natural is muffled. Cinematic I've used before, but not fire. I don't know. That's pretty good.
When the smoke clears, I'll be right here. You'll be staring at me from your back. Watch it all just fade to black. Watch me wave down on your way down.
And that's it. That's knocked back. The Wag Round 1 track.